was decent.
We do have Pinkish Princess coming up next with Pokemon Yellow here. Just a few seconds. All right, Pinkish Princess, you are live and ready to go.
Nice. Hi everyone. I am Pinkish Princess. We're gonna be running Pokemon Yellow. There's not a whole lot to say at the very beginning, but I'm gonna get into a lot more detail, basically when we get to certain points of the run. But right now, let's talk about some differences between Yellow and Red and Blue. The main one is that in Yellow you're forced to get a Pikachu, which is rather unfortunate, because Pikachu sucks, so we'll be getting a different Pokemon very early in the run. In addition, the game's in color, so it's a lot nicer. And I say we should start pretty soon. Start timer 3, 2, 1, and go. So first off, you can see that I'm timing this text boxes. I've just done it so many times that it's muscle memory for me at this point. I named myself and my rival A because, as you can see, the text is printing out instead of appearing instantly. Whoops, missed it. That's okay, though. And so it's faster to name them one-character names so that the text doesn't have to print out. Like, if you gave them the name Red, for instance, that's 2 extra frames every single time it prints out, and those add up to the point where it saves, like, over a minute throughout the entire run. Here, Oak catches our Pikachu, which we will use for 8 minutes, and a total of 1 fight in that 8 minutes. Right now, mashing, like you've seen before, I'm mashing A and B just because, it basically doubles the amount of frames you have to clear the text box perfectly. And I don't have every text box in the game memorized, because that would be very, very difficult. So now I want to talk about this first fight a little bit. Whether or not you win or lose, you can still progress in the game, but that isn't to say that it doesn't matter. It matters because that affects what Pokemon your rival's starter Eevee evolves into. And as a result, he builds his team around that Eevee and what it evolves into, and so it changes not just that, but also some of its other Pokemon. And those have different EXP yields, so it changes one of the battles we have to do. And the battle change is slower overall. So I'm just gonna Thundershock spam because that's just the optimal way to play the battle. Okay, so if he tackles again, I die. Okay, right. Critical did not really matter. Okay, good critical. So that was actually a really fast fight. That isn't even guaranteed to be a 4-turn, and I got a 3-turn. And since I lived, I get to do the faster strats, which I can appreciate. And so that is the one fight that we use Pikachu for. Now it's just walking up and down Route 1 to get Oak's parcel, because that's this game's roadblock here. Oh, also, I should probably mention, someone earlier asked, is there RNG manipulation in this run? There is, but we're going to go more into detail when we get there. That's unfortunate. On average, we get 3 to 4 encounters total, and I'm already at 2, so I'm probably gonna get more than that. Oh, little side bit. I'm taking this exact movement because that gives this guy a chance to walk to the right, which means that he won't block me. If he blocks me, it wastes 2 tiles. And you walk at 1 tile per 17 frames. So that's about half a second because the game runs at 60 FPS. Okay, so here's I'm doing an input buffer. As you see, I was holding B there because on the text boxes with jingles that don't have an arrow, as you've seen, there's arrows on most text boxes. You can hold a button, generally B or A, in order to buffer it, meaning that you will get out of the text box on the first possible frame. Okay, well, Pteroduck, because you have to walk to the right to go around him, you have to walk back to the left, which wastes another tile. Oh, also, I'm walking behind Oak here because, as you see, Pikachu takes up a tile, and the camera focuses around our character, so our rival walks less steps, and it saves about half a second overall. In Red-Blue, you can walk to the left of him, and it's literally the same to the frame, in terms of how much time it saves. But you can't do this in this game because Pikachu is in the way. So now we walk back up Route 1, but for the last time. I don't know if I've gotten a Rattata yet. There it is. But you can get Pidgeys or Rattatas here. It doesn't really matter which one you get. Like, their cries are a little bit different in length, but you're not going to see anyone complain about any specific encounter. Okay, so here he goes to the left, so I have to walk around him. I should also bring something else up, which is after you get an encounter, you have an immunity to get encounters for 3 tiles. Meaning that I can't get an encounter on any tile there except for that final one that we passed through. So here, that's a little bit variable depending on whether you won or lost the first rival fight. Because he gives you $175 if you win, you actually just buy 1 less potion if you lose the fight. It's very unlikely to matter, but it can. Yes, justly, but like, it's for a slightly different reason than in Red. In Red, it's just like, because you can exploit the game a lot. In Yellow, it's because like, there's just no way to beat Brock without like a Nidoran or a Mankey. And interestingly, because they're in different EXP groups, it's faster to get Nidoran from level 6 to level 12, where he learns Double Kick, than it is to get Mankey, the other Pokemon with the fighting move, from level 5 to level 9. Okay, so as you saw, I didn't like wait for it to say A save the game when I reset. You don't need to, just as long as like as long as you've hit A to save, it's actually already saved. So now I'm buffering start A here. This path is very easy. A press there, and now there's my Nidoran. But this part's very, very tough. I'm gonna shut up for a second. I missed the text box, but let's see if I can catch it anyway. I'll take 2 balls, but I might have to reset again. Please? Very lucky, very, very lucky. Very lucky. Okay, that's actually really, really good. So YOLO balls in this game are very, very difficult. And so you have to clear the text box, which is a 4-frame window, which I failed at. But then you have to buffer down after the Pikachu text box as stop printing. And then you have to press A in a 2-frame window to open your items. Then you have to press either up, right, left, start, or select to reapply your A. It's a menuing technique that we'll use in other places, but there's only 1 more YOLO ball, and since I have 2 balls remaining, I'll probably be fine. I cannot overemphasize how good it is that got in the ball. I just can't. It's not possible. So this guy has 2 Caterpies. This one is a range with Leer and then 4 tackles. So it might take 4 tackles, it might take 5. And since not a whole lot can happen, it's a good time for me to explain what damage ranges are. When the game calculates your damage, it takes the most possible damage you can do, and then divides it by 255, and then multiplies it by a random number between 217 and 255. This creates 39 possible damage values. And so, although these don't always generate different numbers, if you roll the 255, we call that a 1 in 39 roll. And it's generally 1 more damage than what you would play around. But I am going to be playing around 1 in 39 rolls because I have to play safe. Also, there's been so many string shots this fight. So I don't have to heal before the next fight. Oh, also I'm fighting all these trainers because Nidoran learns double kick at level 12. And we need double kick to have any chance at beating Brock with any sort of speed. It's insane how I think that Brock would probably take longer himself without double kick than all of these trainers combined do with it, and then double kicking Brock. So this grass has a pretty high encounter rate. It's actually very surprising that I didn't get one. But there is a 24% chance that you can find a Pidgey, and Pidgey's what you want because you need a flyer. But we can manipulate one later. Oh, also I should probably mention that this Nidoran that we manipulated has very good stats. He has maximum attack, good defense, almost maximum speed, and probably good special. But that's variable. Okay, we have good special. That's good. I can tell because if I had bad special, my HP I would have leveled from 27 to 30 there. Also, this Metapod has Harden, so you just don't want to see Harden. Okay, this is a range, by the way, so I might put it in the red here. I might kill it. Nice, very good fight. So now I'm going to do a Pidgey manipulation. Nice. I got it. I'm pretty sure I got that YOLO ball. I'm pretty sure. Good. At least you guys got to see one YOLO ball this run. Okay, so as you saw, I was doing A presses there. Pressing A delays the game by 2 frames while it checks for an item and a hidden item. And this sort of resets your encounter cycle so that you can manipulate encounters like these. I'm leading Horn Attack here because if you lead Horn Attack, there's a better chance of getting a 3-turn on this fight than if you Leer and then Horn Attack. But you would Leer and then Horn Attack if Metapod hard and use extra Horn Attacks, for instance. Okay, if I don't kill here, I'm going to heal because I am dead to a critical. Oh, nice. That was actually a very, very good forest, even if I get an encounter. I'm comparing against some target splits here, and I'm actually very, very far ahead right now. So it's very, very good. Wow, that was actually insane. This is a good time in a PB attempt. Insane time for a marathon right now. It's like, even though I missed a tackle and missed a range, that forest was still very, very good. I'll take one encounter any day. So as you see, I used right to close the menu there. Like I said before, right acts as a reapply button, and so I'm reapplying. My my B there. This is absolutely not world record. Head bob is correct. I'm probably gonna have to heal in this fight because there's almost there it is. Because there's almost no way that I won't be in Sandshrews crit range, but I'm gonna heal on the last turn that I have to. Like, healing here would be silly. Okay. Fair enough. So this is a little bit different than what you would do in a PB attempt. You've got to be kidding me. That's really unlucky. I had to heal because I almost had to do a crit there. So in a PB attempt, you would leer, horn attack. But that's a range if I get a critical, and I don't want to risk that. And so leer, tackle, horn attack will always kill. I don't really need to heal for Brock here, but I'm going to anyway. Because, well, we can't have deaths here. But, like, I like how I use no potions in Forest, and then I just use 4 here. But I'll be fine anyway. You don't really need potions past, like, Surge. Barack Obama, interesting. This fight's actually kind of scary. He has Bind, which is a multi-hit move, and multi-hit moves in this game are really, really overpowered. Because they prevent you from moving for 2 to 5 turns. But Bind's probably my favorite to go up against. Wow, another critical. Because it's inaccurate. But I should probably mention criticals are determined by base speed in this game. And so crit rates, like, across the board are just much higher than they are in later gens. Okay, that's good. Be a long bide. Okay, that's fine. If that was a long bide, it's a guaranteed win. Because I do 9, and so he would do 18 with bide, and I'm at 26. Just don't bind. Good fight. Like, I'd take that Brock any day. Bide's just always what you want to see. Well, imagine this is actually sub 17. Yeah, I know that my timer and the actual timer are a little bit desynced, but I'm at 16. I was at 16:56 for Brock, which is very, very solid. No, there's very, very little chance of that because with all the saving I'm gonna have to do. Yeah, so it's only desynced by about 5 seconds. We're fine. But with all the saving we have to do, it's just not probable, and I'll probably die at some point in the run. But yes, PB is possible. This is technically PB pace. Anyway, I should talk about the difference between flash and shake moves for really quick. As you saw with double kick, the screen shook, and with a horn attack, the screen flashes, like right here. The flashing takes 50 more frames, so almost a full second, than shake moves. And so we use shake moves if they kill so that it'll save time. Even here, where it's not very effective against every single Pokemon on this entire route except one, I can't tackle that, it's unlucky. It's still worth it because even with the text box, you're still saving about half a second. So I'm a tiny bit behind on horn attacks, and that's usual. So I'll be using tackle when it would kill, like here. just to save it. I like this HP because it's not risky at all. So this Rattata has quick attack, but that only does 8, and I'm at 24. So I'm not anywhere near worried about it. The Ekans is the bigger threat, because like we talked about multi-hit moves earlier, he has Wrap, which is more accurate than Bind, but it works the same way. Okay, Ekans, be nice. That's good. Oh, I haven't explained badge boosting yet. Okay, I should. So, there are 8 gym leaders. 4 of them boost your stats when you beat them, or 1 stat specifically. Brock boosts attack, so you can't see it, but every time I enter battle, my attack has a 9/8 boost. But because of some coding errors, they actually, the badge boost is reapplied every single time your stats are recalculated. So, like String Shot, for instance, lowers my speed, but it would raise my attack by 9/8. So when he leered me, it actually raised my attack. And this is after Brock and everywhere after, but it's important to mention that your added badge boosts are, that's definitely tackle. Your added badge boosts reset once you level up. So here's where I'm gonna double kick, because this is gonna kill, and that saves about half a second. Yes, Head Bob. Horn attacking twice on Ekans is a albeit favorable damage range, and getting Leer just completely secures it. Although I'm pretty sure for my first roll, we talked about damage rolls earlier, that killing it was guaranteed, but I'm not certain. Oh, and also now we evolve into Nidorino, who we use for one fight. I think that's double kick. I'm not certain, and it's better. It's better to assume on the not double kick side and be wrong, because if double kick has to kick twice, hence double kick, it's actually really slow. So PP management was very good there. We are completely out of horn attacks, but that is the last trainer we fight. I figured it was Head Bob, because I got the badge boost, but I wasn't confident because it wasn't in the red. Okay, that's unlucky. There's just nothing you can do about these encounter tiles. I think you're favored to get none, but getting one isn't all that uncommon. Spear there is nice if you don't have a Pidgey for some reason, but as we know, I do. So it's just an encounter. But my PB actually didn't get a Pidgey and then got a Spearow there, because Spearow is also a flyer. So here we're actually depositing Pikachu, because Pikachu triggers cutscenes throughout the run. Including Pokemon Centers, and it's just overall faster to do it without him. The game has to let you know that he's sad about being... Wow, sub 23. This could realistically be a 27 moon if I hit the full Munip. Which is insane for a race, in my opinion. Or not a race, a marathon. Don't die a run, basically. But this Munip is difficult, so I'm gonna shut up. This part's tricky. There's a lot of A presses here. I think I got it though. Got it. Nice. Ooh, and I got the triple input. So all that reapply stuff also applies to hitting down, so I went down, start, and I think left, and I completely just... And I got that almost frame perfectly. I'm so proud of myself. But I should probably mention, like, that manip was found by a bot, coded by someone named Stringflow, who's an absolute god, and I cherish him. But, like, he like, coded a bot to, play the game millions of times, trying millions of different combinations. Please no. If he disables Horn Attack, that's bad. And, like, to find the one that, like, has a good chance of success, and, and gets you no encounters. So every single piece of arbitrary movement I did there, good critical, that saved the turn. Every single A press was all necessary to get no encounters. Wow, nice critical. That was actually an excellent fight, because, Coughing is a range to 2-shot with Horn Attack, but if you critical, it's obviously guaranteed. I got the critical on the Voltorb, and, I did not get Disable Horn Attack, which wastes so much time. I'll consider... sure. Basically, because of something called the in-game timer, there's a small chance for any manip to fail. Hence why I didn't know if my Nidoran had good or bad special. But this one is actually amazing. It's more than 59 and 60 to work. It's just, it's a great manip. It's not really easy, but there's definitely harder. Wow, this could actually be a gold split. That's actually 3 useful criticals. Just gotta hit the coughing range. Also, this time's insane, just by the way. Like, I take PB attempts with this kind of okay, wow. He's still in green bar. Okay, this will not hit the coughing range. Well, I don't even think I can double kick that. That was a terrible first roll. That might have actually been a low roll. But wow, that's actually almost a gold split. So that was a 436, and my gold split is a 433. It's fair enough. Still, wow, okay, so this is 26 seconds behind my PB, and my PB was really, no. Sorry, this is 2 seconds ahead of my PB. 27 seconds behind my best run ever. To that point. So this is actually insane. Just thought I'd let you know. Also, there's a rare candy here. But this fight is terrible, so this could completely just ruin this pace. He starts with the Spearow, who gets 1 turn and has a Growl. That lowers my attack, and then it just makes the rest of the fight really, really slow. It's followed by a Sandshrew, who takes 3 turns to kill unless you get a critical, in which it takes less. And he has Sand's attack, which lowers my accuracy, so there's a pretty strong chance that I just switch out on this fight to reset, like, all my stat changes. Why would I? I'll show you in a little bit as to why that's helpful. Fury attack is slow, but at least it's not Growl. Okay, Scratch. He has Scratch and Sense attack. Please Scratch. That's even better, but just Scratch. Dude, that's so annoying. I should probably mention that when an opponent uses a status move like Sand Attack Growl, it has an added 1 in 4 chance to fail. So that's why that Sand Attack failed. God, I actually don't like this HP very much. Like, the Nugget Bridge is pretty safe, but I... Okay, please hit this. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Eevee's a range with double kick, but if you get Sand Attack because of the badge boost, it's actually guaranteed. So that's basically just a standard fight without hitting Eevee range. So that fight, like, honestly, the worst part about that fight for me was the fact that Rattata crit Hyper Fang, because that's just the most damage he can do by a pretty long shot. Especially since you one-shot him if he doesn't, or you just one-shot him, unless you miss. But here it's actually it's a pretty safe section, because as you see, I'm out-leveling them by 5. Because you're pumping all this experience into one Pokemon, and the game doesn't really expect you to do that, and so, like, their levels are lower than... they're lower because the game expects you to be, like, rounding out your team instead of just using a Nidoran. Oh, wait. It took a second there because I thought he had an extra text box for some reason. That was silly of me. You are indeed correct, Head Bob. Okay, this Pidgey's a range, and he has a Sand Attack, so we don't want to miss the range. Nice. This Nidoran female has double kick, which is actually a pretty big troll, because when... Oh my god, dude! What is happening? So we use double kick to go fast, but if it gets both, like, animations in, it's a really, really slow move. And it's not very effective, so that's 2 text boxes and a really slow animation. This is Billy B. Wonkers, everyone. The Ekans coming up is a range. I don't know how favorable it is, but I want to say it's about 60%. I'm sure Head Bob can fact check me on that. Nice. Good crit. Honestly, what is happening? Okay, so I get level 21 here. Nidoking learns Thrash at level 23, so I've got to do a few more fights before Thrash, right? That's called foreshadowing, by the way. Also, now I can see which Nidoran I got. Because the Manip can generate multiple ones. Unfortunate. That is not the best, but at least it's not terrible. Okay. But now I have Thrash. And Thrash is a very powerful move. It's just like the perfect speedrunning move. Okay, wow. I do that so often. That's unlucky. It's not a range or anything, but it's just... It wastes time because you have to reselect the move. There we go. Silly. Wow, I missed the range! I guess that's what I get for all those useful crits. But it's just like the perfect speedrunning move. You don't have to reselect it. It's really powerful. It has 90 base power. It lasts 3 to 4 turns, and afterwards... you get confused. But there's only 1, maybe 2 fights where we're gonna get to a point at which we would need a 4-turn Thrash. But what I like about Thrash is that it makes this entire section very mindless, because there's just nothing I'm gonna do here, because the rest of the fights, like, for the rest of the split are just Thrash, except 1. Just because we're ahead, does anyone want to just, like, does anyone want me to name Charmander or anything specific just because I can? Does anyone want me to give Charmander a name? Because we're going to get a Charmander as a HM slave. Anyone else for Fiery Boy or Bulbasaur? No, PB is not gonna happen, guys. Don't worry about it. TM06 PSR. Let's see. Let me think. So if I had lost the first rival fight, I would have fought the hiker up there, who has 2 Pokemon instead of 1. But this Onix doesn't really matter, it's a 2-shot. He has Bind, but he's only 1 in 4 to use it. Screech is fine. I think Screech Fail might be the fastest thing you can do. Oh, by the way, I'm still on PB pace. I just thought I'd say. But like I've said, it's not gonna PB. I'm just saying, like... I'm just talking about how good this run has gone so far. My PB is a 158.12, and this is on pace, basically I'm about 15 seconds ahead as of the bridge split, but I probably lost a little bit of time, to naming Charmander. So I can't be more than like 5 to 10 seconds ahead. Okay, Fire Splitter, that's an interesting question. It's technically allowed, I guess, I don't know how to put it, but that doesn't work in yellow. I'm not exactly sure why it changed from red, blue to yellow. Maybe they just noticed that it was there and patched it, or maybe something else about the code changed, but it just doesn't work. Which is fortunate, because, like, because with instant text, or with the bike shop instant text, you lose it whenever you open a menu. We wouldn't be able to get early Thrash like this. And it's just so, like, stressless just to know that you're gonna one-shot everything. I actually hate instant text more than more than the average PSR runner, as far as I know. Well, Headbob, I agree with you there, but it would indeed be worth it, but at that point we would get it for a lot more than just those fights. Oh, something nice. You can watch my input display. As soon as you walk here, the game does the movement back to Bill for you. So it's just like a little 10 to 13 second-ish break. Buffer this text box. So in red blue, you can use an escape rope to get out of there, but as you saw, I skipped the escape rope in moon because it's not part of the manip, because you can't escape rope from that building in yellow. You have to take this nice scenic walk, which brings us past all these trainers that we beat. And then by the water. So we take the center not only because, as you saw, I think I'm at 16 health right now. but also because after Misty, we're gonna go down to Vermilion City, and we want to be able to get back to Cerulean City quickly, and so that's our dig warp point instead of the the Pokemon Center before Mount Moon, which was the last one that we used. But that is the second of 3 or 4 centers that we'll take in this run. But I have no idea about the 4th one yet. Well, we get to it when we get to it. So this Goldeen's a little scary. It has Supersonic, but that's inaccurate, so I'm not too worried about it. P.E.K.K.A's fine. I'm gonna save for Misty because there's just no reason not to. She's less than 5% to kill me, but it's not the odds that scare me. It's the fact that like it's not the odds. It's the fact that like Misty can kill you no matter what you do. That's why I'm saving for Surge as well, no matter what. Because even though I might only be like 1% to die to him, it's scary to know that like that no matter what you do, you can die. Because I'm thrashing, I can't heal while thrashing. I can't switch out while thrashing. So ideally we crit into X defend or she X defends into critical, but that's only 1 in 4. So I'm just hoping for not Bubble Beam here, because Bubble Beam crit does a lot of damage and it can speed fall. Okay, crit, you got this, you got this. I don't think I can double kick that. 4 turn, very good. So there's our 4 turn Thrash there. Still PB paced by 3 seconds. But I'm just glad to get out of that fight without dying, honestly. Oh, also, I should probably talk about AI in this game, because Misty is the first example of a trainer with smart AI. Because she has smart AI, she will always use a move that is super effective. So even though that Starmie has Bubble Beam, Water Gun, Harden, and Tackle, it will only go for Bubble Beam and Water Gun, or she can X Defend, or she can X Defend. Well, I'll just put that out there. But she can only attack with Bubble Beam or Water Gun because she sees that Nidoking is part ground type, and she sees that it's super effective. She is not the only person in the game with good AI. There's actually a lot, but she's the first person to like... I believe that she's the first person that we fight who has it. So he gives us Dig, which it seems like Nidoking should be able to learn, because I haven't mentioned it yet, but Nidoking can learn Bubble Beam, which we picked up. But he's a ground type. It seems like he should be able to learn Dig, but he can't. He can learn moves like Bubble Beam, Blizzard, Ice Beam, Fire Blast, but not Dig. Oh, watch this. So hidden items tend to have a long jingle, but here we're just... I don't want to deal with that. A found Full Restore. The reason for that is the jingle the music for the underground is loading as the jingle for Full Restore would play. That really sucks. And so we can just skip it, which is nice because that jingle is, I think, like 5 seconds long. Yeah, we can get encounters on this split, which is unfortunate. It's only a few patches of grass, but it can still happen. It's just not worth going to the Cerulean Mart to buy a Repel, because that loses time on average. So this fight is 3 Pidgeys, they all have Quick Attack. They all die in one shot, but if they Quick Attack it does, I think, 5 or 6. 5. Each is 1 and 3, so getting 1, I mean, the math checks out. And this guy has a Spiro and Eradicate. They again both go down in one shot. But Eradicate also has quick attack. I'm not really afraid of it though, because I have so much health. Nice. Oh, and the next fight that we do is actually one of my favorites in the entire game. So no cell, just fire repels. Okay. Wow, that was terrible. I was really slow on that, as you saw. So here comes a little bit of bag management. We're just teaching a. I forgot that I still had TM34 and Nugget. Wow, that was really bad. Because usually, your Bubble Beam is in slot 4, and that's where I'm used to it being. It's alright, just a small mistake. This fight's very nice, because I think that my odds of losing it here are so low that I can just call it impossible. It's not impossible, because of Gen 1 misses, which is a added 1 in 256 chance for most moves to miss. I say most moves, because moves like Swift are exempt. But everything goes down in one hit. None of them can do a lot of damage, even if I do miss them. It's fine. So here on Rattata, I Bubble Beam instead of Double Kick. Both kill, but Bubble Beam doesn't produce that extra text box, unless you critical. That Double Kick does, with it being super effective. If I remember correctly, someone discovered that by accidentally Bubble Beaming it and realizing it died. So here I swap up Double Kick, because slot 3 is the slot that you use generally the least, because it's the only... Because it's the only slot that takes 2 inputs to get to, either down, down, or up, up. So you don't want to be... Because I'm using Bubble Beam a lot on this next split, and I really don't want to have to scroll to that every single time. That'd be annoying. But we actually don't use Double Kick at all anymore. I've got to remember here that I still have TM34 and Nugget. Usually you would have sold them by now, but it's not worth it for me to sell them, because I'm picking up another Nugget later so I can buy some revives and some extra X items. Oh, here's a 20-second break, so I'm actually gonna go AFK for a sec to grab a glass of water.
And just remember that we are raising funds towards the Children's Miracle Network, Extra Life. So if you would like some information on that, make sure to type in !EL into the chat.
I agree. Actually, gonna potion. Actually, I'm gonna potion twice. Swapping up repels, because I'm going to be using them on the next split, and I don't really need my potions anymore. Just some bag management. Teach Fiery Boy Cut, because we need to cut down this tree. And now this trash cans puzzle is actually pretty annoying. I'll explain it a little bit on the Surge fight. Wow, I'm getting a little bit screwed. Okay, this is 3 and 4 to be in this can. Okay, could have been worse. No, I've made a mistake. So even though I'm like 99% to win this fight, I save because of the reason I said earlier, which is, like, I can lose this fight no matter what I do. It's possible. Okay, X speed is very good. Okay, I'll explain the trash can puzzle a little bit, then I'll talk about Surge some. I am very, very likely to win here. So the first can only be in half of the cans. Wow, damage list, I'll take it. Which is why you saw me checking, like, every other one. And then the second can is... where it is dependent on the first one is. So, like, as you heard and saw, I checked that can because it was 75% to be in that can. Certain cans have the certain likelihood to, like, have the second can be in other cans. The most is, if you get it in the third can you check, then it's 88% to be in the next can, provided you do it correctly. So getting 75 isn't bad, but there are 2 that are only 1 and 2, and that's not really a risk that you want to take. Talk to this guy so we can get the bike voucher. In Surge, there's 5 things he can do. He has 4 moves, Mega Punch, Mega Kick, Thunderbolt, and Growl. Thunderbolt just doesn't touch you at all. Because you're ground type. Growl lowers your attack, but it's unlikely to matter too much. He can X-Deed, as we saw, which is fine. He can, Mega Punch does solid damage, and Mega Kick does a lot. Oh, I forgot. Sometimes that's in slot 1, but back when I used to do that incorrectly. So, but now it's not in slot 1. It's not a mistake I'll make often, I promise. So now, he just gave us the bike voucher. We dig out of Diglett's cave. And look, we get our bicycle. Isn't that convenient? Some item management here. So when you use the last of an item, in this case we only have 1 Thunderbolt, so we teach it. Your cursor resets to the top, and so we can put bicycle there, and then bang, bang. Also, I find it kind of silly that you go from Cerulean to Vermilion, and then the game wants you to go back to Cerulean, and that's why we warp like that. And also, similarly to in Red Blue, with going from Bill to back to Cerulean City, you can actually dig out of the Poke Fan Club in Red Blue, but you have to go all the way to Diglett's Cave in Yellow. But it's not like a time loss, because, you know, everyone has to do it. Oh, this is the fight that's guaranteed to need a 4-turn Thrash. Or, basically. We literally call her the 4-turn Thrash Girl, because she has 4 Pokemon. Her first Oddish won't die to a Horn attack. So you're statistically better off thrashing. Okay, I got the 4-turn. Very good. Don't even need to worry about it, because that Bellsprout has Wrap and Sleep Powder, and so the chance of giving it a turn, and by the way, after that 3rd or 4th turn of Thrash, you're confused. So that means that you're 1-2 to hit yourself, and you really don't want to give Bellsprout a turn, because he has Wrap and Sleep Powder. And if you get Sleep Powdered while you're thrashing, you can't heal it off. So it's just a lot nicer to hit the 4-turn and not have to worry about any of that. So here I'm Bubble Beaming Caterpie, even though he only has 3 Pokemon. Because his Venonat is a range, albeit favorable, but still a range. And I don't want to have to worry with 4-turn Thrashes more than I have to. You are correct, Headbob. Bellsprout does not have Sunspore. Critical is good. Getting a critical when you have a range is always nice. So here it looks a little bit funny, but with the two tile immunity I mentioned earlier, what I'm doing makes a little more sense if you take that into consideration. So I go in, go down one, and then repel. That's because I'm buffering start in between tiles, so it appears on the first possible frame of that tile. And since I can't get an encounter on that tile, it's not like I'm having an encounter chance trying to buffer that, so it's completely fine. This split is... The scariest part about this split at this health is basically the fact that I could hit an optional because it's in the dark. But I'm pretty good on this movement. It's probably not going to be frame perfect, but it's going to be decent. It's really not as hard as it might look. It's really, really easy to memorize the layout because you really don't do it that much. Or you do it a lot, I mean. I mean, yeah, that's true, but I'm not scared of it. I'm not at, like, low health or anything. I don't have to save. That'd be pretty decent. So here comes a fight. This girl, who we call Oddish Girl, has an Oddish and Bulbasaur. Oddish is basically a coin flip to die to Thrash, and Bulbasaur is more like 90%. And Oddish has Sleep Powder and Sunspore and Absorb and Poison Powder, so the latter two are completely fine, and the former two are really, really annoying. But Critical is amazing. I love critting up. I love critting that Oddish. And I missed the Bulbasaur range. But Bulbasaur is a lot less scary if you miss the range, because he has moves like Growl and Leech Seed, which both don't matter if he's at 1 HP. But I find that fair. I'd take that fight any day. Wow, this has actually been very, very good movement. Aw, darn. That's not like an extra step or anything. It's just if you talk to them like I've been doing the entire run, they don't have that exclamation point animation, which is slow. So I just messed up my movement a little bit. Nothing too major. But I was so proud of myself because that was frame perfect to that point, and then I did that. Which like that wastes more time than extra steps do. Because that animation is so long. Also, this is 13 special. I know the movement's been okay. The movement's been pretty good. It's just like, that's not where you want to mess it up. It's better than hitting an optional. That's all we're gonna say. I gotta remember that I'm below him too. Oh God. Okay. See, that recovery was very important. If I kept going up there, I would have hit an optional, because there's an optional on that tile a little bit up. So I had to take that extra step back. That extra step, but very, very good recovery. Also, here's a little unlucky, because I should explain DVs, I actually haven't done that yet. In later generations, you have IV's individual values on a scale from 0 to 31. It's basically the higher the ID, the higher the stat. In this game, it's the same, but with DV's determinant values, I think. But they're 0 to 15. I have 13 DV special, and this next fight is a Growlithe. That is actually more favorable to die with Thrash than 13 DV special. But unfortunately, even with that likelihood, it's still only 82%. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous about this elixir pickup. You'll see why. Let's also pick up Nugget too. Like, that was actually not too bad of a selection. Can you just die? Thank you. So that actually saves time when it works, but you generally would rather Bubble Beam there, because if you have the special to do it, the range is better. And Vulpix always has to Thrash. So it's not like it's a 4-turn risk, which is... Oh, wow. Nice extra step. Okay. Concentrate, Pickish. Concentrate. Not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Not great, but could have been way worse. Okay, I gotta check my notes here. I have notes for what to buy and what to sell. I mean, this part's pretty easy. Okay, nuggets. Where's potion? I should have just sold TM34 because I'm selling that as well. Oh my god. I was looking at my notes too hard. No, it's 4. I changed it. It was 5 to begin with. Like, I was making these notes during school when I wasn't paying attention. Don't worry about it. Wait, no, it's still 5 super potions, actually. I mean, that's unlikely to matter. You generally buy 3, so buying 4 is a step up in safety anyway. Okay, 13, 3, 4... Okay. Oh, that's Rock Slide. We need it for 3 fights, 4 total uses. I'm getting scammed. Yes, 13. I bought a couple of extra X items there, even more than just the extras I was planning to buy. So I think the standard buy there in a PB attempt would be 12 X accuracies, 5 X speeds, 3 X specials. Oh my god, I've never done that. Could have gotten an encounter. No. God, I'm rusty on that. This has not been a good split at all. Menu time. This is the biggest menu of the entire run. Just watch. I gotta pay attention and focus. Wow, I went over by 2. That was not good. I overscrolled both times. I mean, it could have been worse, but I'm not happy with that menu. But now we have X accuracies up, we have 2 moves taught, and we're ready for the flute split. Okay, this fight is the first example of how broken X accuracy is in this game, and I will explain exactly why during the fight. Good. You can Fury Attack there on that slow. Okay, so basically, Horn Drill is 30% accurate, but with X accuracy, it can't miss. And that's the same for every move. It completely removes the accuracy check. There is no missing and there's no hitting, it's just... I mean, I guess there is hitting. there's no more missing. You can't miss, no matter how many flashes, no matter how many sand attacks. You can't miss. Because the accuracy check is skipped. The game doesn't even look to determine if you hit or miss. You will hit every single time. And so we can exploit this by using this with the 30% accurate one-hit KO move, Horn Drill, to the point where it cannot miss. Lethal combo. Amazing movement. These fights, the channelers, are the reason why you get Rock Slide. Because they have Ghastlies, and since you don't have Dig, you don't have a move that can one-shot the Ghastlies, because your special's just not really all that high. Okay, wow, I was really late on that. Nightshade's good. Nightshade does damage equal to the user's level, and so because it's level 23, it does 23 damage. Not too worried about it when I'm at 95 health. And their other moves are Lick and Confuse Ray. Lick can paralyze, and Confuse Ray confuses. So Nightshade is objectively the best move to get. I mean, I guess Lick no paralyze is better, but I'd rather see Nightshade. But the problem with Rock Slide is that it's 90% accurate, so you have a pretty solid chance of missing one. Which is scary because they have Lick and Confuse Ray. But I mean, like, it's a strategy where you skip Rock Slide and Thunderbolt all the Ghastlies. But it's 2 shots, so you're basically hoping for crit. And it's just not all that safe in a marathon run. Although, I would consider in a PB attempt at this HP. But another problem with it is you saw the menu I did earlier. You have to teach Rock Slide to get back to the top of your bag, so that you can swap up X accuracy. So you have to do the menu entirely differently to... if you don't have that. Wow, that's really unlucky. Please don't paralyze. Please don't paralyze. Okay. Missing 2 Rock Slides is unfortunate when you only use it... when you only need to hit it 4 times. And paralyze would be bad because then I had to use my full restore. And I really don't want to use my full restore. Four for 6, I'll take it. Oh, as you might have noticed, we're getting up to the point where you fight, or where you go against the Marowak Coast, and I do not have a Silph Scope. Whatever will I do? So yeah, Pokédoll in this game, the function is to flee from a random encounter. It will always flee. But the game doesn't, like, check to see that it's the ghost encounter. It just flees. That's just how it happens, you know? So it's sort of a sequence break. Because you're not glitching the game because you're using Pokédoll in its intended way, but you're basically... or sort of. You're using an intended feature in an unintended way. Because you're supposed to... you are supposed to go to the rocket hideout and get the Silph Scope, but you don't have to. And we don't consider it to be a glitch because you're not doing anything weird with Pokédoll. You're using it in the way that it's intended to be used. So here's another Exac Horn Drill fight. There's really nothing that can go wrong there. Like, I don't use this word lightly, but at that HP, that fight was unlosable. It was impossible that I could have lost it, assuming that I did everything correctly. We consider it to be a sequence break. down. I'm being honest. So I use the center here, not really because I need it, though getting the horn drills back is nice. It's more so because Celadon's just in the center of everything. And so you want that to be your dig warp point for whenever you dig. If you want, you can opt this with the other guards. So now we're going to the Silphco. An area that can go wrong, but it's unlikely to kill me. And even if it does, I have a revive. This is a very fine pace. This is currently on pace, like assuming no major death, to be sub 2 hours. Nice. Oh, wow. So we fight this guy because he just has an absolute gold mine behind him. He can do some damage, but not a ton, and we just healed. And we really need the items behind him. Okay, messed up. Lyra's good. He has Karate Chop, which is a high critical hit move, which I can finally explain. In this game, critical hits are determined by base speed divided by 256, then rounded down, then divided by 2. So roughly base speed divided by 512. But for high critical hit ratio moves, it's base speed divided by 64, which means that if you have a base speed of 64 or more, you will crit 255 out of 256 times because of a reason similar to the Gem 1 miss, which is that it just because of how the game determines the crit accuracy, basically. No, keep messing up my triple inputs. But I really like this menu because you have 2 items that are like at the bottom of your bag. You use one, swap the other up, then you don't have to scroll down as far. It's kind of cool. Dude, we got a raid. Good job, guys. Ooh, we get to do a new strat soon. Like this, for my submission video to now, this strat has actually changed, and that's kind of cool. But first I gotta do a quick menu. Wait, that's... Okay, that was a bit of a mistake there. Should have swapped down Max Ether, but I was confused because that's not actually where that is. I forgot that like selling your items late changes more things than just that. That's okay. It's not gonna waste a ton of time. We use those rare candies there because, as you saw, we just leveled up, which is basically always where we use rare candies in this game. Because it just gives you, it just has a lot more valuable if you use them for a full level. Because it takes your level bar and resets it back to 0. So if you only have like, let's say 100 EXP needed to get to the next level, then you've basically wasted that rare candy. But because we had just leveled up, it's best used that way. So the Sand Slash has Slash, Swift, Sand Attack, and I think he has another move, but I'm not sure. Slash is a high critical hit ratio move. And so that's basically why you don't want to see it. Because it does some damage. But I like that because with the Carbos and the extra levels, we actually get just enough EXP and speed to... I don't want to spoil it. Oh, does anyone want a Lapras nickname, by the way? It has Poison Sting. Well, it can't use that, so... Because he has good AI. So, now we have 2 Horn Drills left, which is useful. Nessie, that's a nice name. I'll do that. How'd I get to N? Okay, that's... Okay, I know. I know what I'm gonna do. That was not the optimal way to nickname that, but I don't... Like, you never nickname something like that in the speedrun. So I can forgive myself for not really knowing. I actually considered doing a Nidoran name incentive, but that loses 2 minutes throughout the run. Because that spells out way more times than a Lapras name would. Let's see if the strat works. Well, yeah, I know. I'm not too worried about that, though, because you can just horn attack it, but... I would not go for a main character nickname, because failing Nido YOLO Ball, in my opinion, is a lot worse than failing Pidgey YOLO Ball. Because Pidgey YOLO Ball has an easy fix. You horn attack. Nidoran, you have to, like, just hope. Okay, so this is actually a pretty new strat. Before, you would X attack on Nidorino and then spam Earthquake. Wow, I'm taking so many extra steps. So bad. But now you actually do something a little bit different. You Earthquake Nidorino and Persian, which are our first 2 Pokemon. Then you X accuracy on his Rhyhorn and Horn Drill the next 2. It's faster on average because Nidorino has Fury Attack, which is a multi-hit move, and that's just... You don't want to deal with that. The only issue with it is that Persian is a 77% range to die. He also has Growl, and if he growls, then it just won't die. Okay, Payday is nice. Coins scattered everywhere. Please kill. That's unlucky. Okay, I cannot stress that tail whip was actually very important. Or I cannot stress enough. Because I got screeched. My defense was down by 2 stages, so I was at half defense. If he used Stomp there, it wouldn't have killed me, but it would have done, like... probably, like, 30 damage. And I already have to heal for Koga. So it's very nice that that was nice to me. Very nice. Don't forget the menu. I mess this up so often. Because it's so different from the one in Pokemon Red, which is the first game I played. Okay, so now it's Elixir. And Super Potion. And Pokeflute. Oh, I missed the text box. So now I gotta pick up a rare candy. Oh, by the way, for the next few minutes, it's a good time for some donations if you have any. Not a whole lot goes on.
Unfortunately, there's no donations thus far, but we are currently at $58 raised overall.
Nice.
And if you are interested in that, you can type in either exclamation point DS or exclamation point donate into the chat.
Also, just thought I'd say as a bit of a mini incentive, if we get more than $15 between now and the end of the run, I will get Pikachu back out of the box. Remember how sad he was for the Elite Four. It's all up to you guys. I hope it happens, because I had some fun playing with him. That was awkward as hell. That was easily the best recovery of the entire run. No, don't use another super repel. So now we fight Sabrina, who I can definitively say is my favorite fight in the speedrun. Unless you use the wrong move, you cannot lose. And I do not use that lightly, it is not possible. You can keep calling it brave words, Fire Splitter, but I mean... I like the Caparos. Nice emote. Her first Pokemon is Aura. She can use an X-Defend, but its only move is Flash, which does not... hit you. Or hurt you. I mean, it can hit you, but... let's see. And use an X accuracy, so the flashes are pretty much negated. And then... they just die. Okay, so... for the first time in a while, I'm gonna do some real explanations here. I go to that tile because the dig just had no animation there. So even with the extra walking, it's faster by, I think, like 12 frames or something. Something very, very minuscule. Oh, also, I thought I'd say that this is the last fight in which we use Thrash. Unless I misclick on the next fight. But because these all die, you actually both need the earthquakes, and it's just faster than reselecting. Nah, no more Thrash. Thrash has been outclassed. Thrash is actually by base power, my least powerful move right now. Head bob. Do I say for Koga? I'm not sure. I feel like I shouldn't have to, because like I have extra X items and 2 revives. If I die, I'll just revive. Okay, also this Hypno has Disable, which would be fine. Poison Gas, which is fine. Headbutt, which does like 15, but still fine. And Confusion, which does like 50. So we don't want Confusion, because then I have to heal again. Oh, that's perfect. Getting the critical there is actually amazing. Saves a turn, and I don't have to heal. Don't special fall. This next one has Side Beam, which does less damage. Just don't confuse. Oh no. What have I done? Fully paralyzed. I deserve this death if I die. Yeah, so what happened there was, like, I'd already used Horn Drill, but, like, I was trying to scroll from Earthquake to Horn Drill there, basically. I'm still fine, but I wouldn't have had, I don't think I would have had to heal there. That's actually a pretty big mistake. That wasted a full turn, and took me way more damage. Really my first big mistake of the run. But not dead, that's the most important part. Okay. Nice bonk. So now we get strength from this guy in exchange for the gold teeth. Oh, also notice how we didn't get Koga's TM there? I almost forgot to say this. But we manage our bag very specifically, so that we have 20 items for all the gym leaders, which is the maximum that your bag can hold. So they don't give you their TMs, which is like 4 seconds per gym leader, so it's actually pretty significant. Wow, I missed that by a ton. Okay. Okay, so there's a couple things that go on here. That's one of 2 big menus in this split, but since we're level 43, this is the first place. This is the first place of 2 where this really matters. Repels only work on Pokemon lower level than you, and in this mansion, Cinnabar Mansion, you can find Rattatas of level 43 and Raticates of level 43 or 46. Ooh, we almost saved Pikachu? Oh yeah. I'd be so proud of you guys if we pulled that off. That'd be amazing. I would even use him in the final fight. Oh, sorry, I said the quiet part. See, I can get rats here. Nothing I can do about it. It's not a particularly big problem if I do. I just lose like 11 seconds. And this run can take it. I'm literally 8 minutes ahead of estimate right now. Actually closer to 7, but still really, really good. cursor is on Pokemon. I need to full restore. Where is it? Wow, that was actually such a bad menu. I keep cutting off my fast roll way too early. Unlucky. See, there he is. That's a strong rat right there. I mean, but one rat is reasonable. As long as I don't get another, I'm not really all that upset. So now I gotta pick up the secret key. Cursor is on items and then on Nidoking. Wait, what? Oh, that's right, I got a rat, I forgot. And I didn't forget, I just forgot in my menu, darn. Because that resets your cursor. See, this is why I am only a decent runner. This is why I'm not a great runner, because a great runner would, like, not make that mistake. Wow. That's hilarious. Oh, and I don't need to save for Blaine. Aw, thanks, decent Speedies. I mean, I'm having a great time being on. Like, I was so worried about my estimate, but I'm so far ahead right now that, like, all the stress is just gone. So this one is, I think it's 2. No, it's 3. One, 2, 3. And this last one is 1. I mean, I'm going to be losing like 30 seconds to my marathon PB this split, because my menus weren't great, and I got a rat. Okay, so what was once the strat is you would X attack on Ninetales, but Ninetales has Confuse Ray, and we really don't want to deal with that, and it dies without an X attack anyway. So we X attack on Rapidash, who has a much more friendly moveset. I mean, in a way. Stomp, amazing. And that's why this strat is great. Oh, I also forgot to swap up X specials. That's unlucky. So this gym is the first place where we use Blizzard. Blizzard's a really strong move. It's, I believe, 120 power compared to 110 in later gens, and 90 accuracy compared to 70 in later gens. So it's... Basically, it got nerfed in Gen 2 and onwards, because in Generation 1, it was the best move for competitive battling objectively. Because you couldn't thaw out when frozen, unless a fire move was used on you, or you used the move Haze. Or if they use the move Haze, which they wouldn't do if they froze you. So basically a freeze is just it's innocent death. So it's really, really good in this gen, although the 90% can really hurt in a few places. Notably champion, but we'll be saving for that. I mean, here it's pretty simple because we're doing the gyms in an unintended order, just to make it easier on ourselves. So you can see that we're out-leveling them by, like, 10 to 15. Even though we were just at Blaine, where he out-leveled us by, like, 10. I believe his Arcanine is level 54. And Sabrina was, like, level 50 with all of her Pokemon. So So, it's just, Sabrina's just not a fight. No, not. I mean, Sabrina too, but Erica's just not a split where you have to worry about anything, because the only thing you really have to worry about is Blizzard Miss, and even then, you're still probably not going to die. But this split does have a fight where we can very realistically die. Giovanni in this game is terrible. So I will be saving for him. See, that's the unfortunate thing about revives, is that you still have to save for some fights, because fights like Giovanni, where you need to set up a couple X items, the fact that revives only bring you back to half of your full HP, you would just die over and over, so you have to save for it. But revives are still worth it, in my opinion, because, like, there's so many places where you could just die to something unlucky that you wouldn't really expect. So I personally find it preferable to do that. Yes, I am the current earner. Thanks, Wanley. Where's my... There it is. Okay, low kick. Actually... Oh, shoot. Spoke too soon. So I'm gonna Thunderbolt the second one, even though it's a range, because it's... Because I missed a Blizzard. How many Gen 1 misses? Thus far, 0. Okay, I don't have to heal 109 for Giovanni, right? I know that... My notes say to heal the 108 plus, but I don't know if 109's like his high roll. With a Dig or Earthquake, that's unlucky. Well, now I have to heal. I'd have expected that, honestly. That was a pretty slow fight, but hey, not dead. Next special, and then... That was not the optimal way to do that, but I don't care. What? Saving there, even though that's probably not the right decision, whatever. Because Giovanni has 4 things he can do. What I haven't mentioned yet, because it hasn't really mattered yet, is that one-hit KO moves, so like Fissure, Horn Drill, Guillotine, only work if you're faster than the opponent. This Dugtrio has Fissure, but we use an X speed. So he won't be faster than us, and so Fissure has no chance to hit. And even then, it's only 30% accurate. But he also has Dig and Earthquake, which are worse. He can also use a Guard Spec, which is actually amazing. That's not right. Well, there goes my extra X special. Oh my god, I'm so bad. I completely deserve that, frankly. If I die here, I deserve it. Entirely. Wow. And it's already on Horn Drill, because of course it is. Wow, so that was incredibly funny. Retrospectively. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's actually true. But I lost a ton of time there, because, like, you're supposed to elixir before the fight, but I just wasn't thinking it through. So I'm losing time here. Like I said, completely deserved. Somehow not dead, though, because I got 2 fishers, which is unbelievably lucky. So this is... yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. I don't really want to be low for Viridian Rival, because then I have to... then I have to hit a Blizzard to not die. So instead, I'm going to full restore. I'm gonna have to buy some more, but I was expecting that. And then Super Repel, and then Bicycle is what I want to do. Jesus Christ, I'm so bad. So this fight he leads with Sand Slash again. But he would die to a Blizzard, but Blizzard's only 90%, and then he has a pretty solid chance to kill me. So I'd rather just not worry about that. Fury Swipes, that's really slow. Please be a 2-turn. Please be a 3-turn. Please be a 4-turn. I love 5-turn Fury Swipes. So, like, everything dies this fight, not a whole lot goes on. Just gotta use the right moves, which I've actually been pretty good with this run. I'm bad at other things, but I'm good at using the right moves. Well, I'm actually gonna skip the center in the Indigo Plateau. And the reason for that is because although I will be at 123 instead of 158, her max damage is around 100, and if she crits, I'm dead at 158 anyway. So it's not like that's actually any safer, and it's faster to skip center. Also, keep in mind that we only have like 5 more minutes to get Pikachu back. Just saying, everyone, just saying. Come on, guys, I believe in you. I know that you like him. Oh, actually, now's good for donations. Silly Pinkish.
All right, we got some goods. First off, we have Anonymous that donated $5, and they said "Save Pikachu." And then we got a $5 donation from Pikachu that says "Please save me." And now a $2 donation from Cave Johnson, and it says "Cave here, the real cave." Greg's been crunching some numbers here on Earth Prime. Turns out the likelihood of me being the only cave who likes talking to test subjects is right, 0. So tell you what, we're going to use a code word. If I say chariots, it means you're listening to me. Otherwise, it's an imposter cave. I want you to know you have a license to kill in this one. What? Greg says that it might destroy the entire multiverse. point is use your own judgment. License to kill.
Nice.
We are at 12 of $15 of that incentive put out there.
Also, small note, on a couple floors, there's a chance for me to get an Onyx, because I'm at level 48 and they appear at level 49. So I'm probably going to get one, or maybe more. I think one is about average.
Just so you know, we got a $3 in that says, take this and set my boy free. So you met your incentive.
All right. Good job, guys. I'm proud of you. I think that I might actually. Oh, that was only one bunk. Okay, no, well, now that's bad. So now I have to repel a little bit earlier because I messed up my movements. That repel is actually perfect, meaning that if I took any extra steps, it would wear out before I needed it to. And as you've seen throughout the entire run, when I'm using multiple repels, I use the first one before the second one. I use the second one before the first one wears out. So it skips that little repel effects wore off text. Oh, I actually might not get an Onyx. I should have expected that. Actually, my repel won't wear out now. That's nice. No, I keep forgetting. Actually. No! Great stats, bro. By the way, with withdrawing Pikachu would be faster to deposit to, but we're not going to do that. The whole gang is beating the E4. Also, listen to happy sounds, everyone. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Lorelei herself. She can use 3 moves: Aurora Beam, Bubble Beam, and Rest. Rest is optimal because it won't hit me. But Bubble Beam is the worst because it has a chance to lower my speed, then I have to X speed. And on turn 2, she's 80% to Rest, but that's not 100%. I made a mistake there. Okay, that's unlucky. Please. Come on. Good. So the reason that I tried to use Max Ether there is because I'm out of super repels now, my X accuracies are 1 slot higher, but I was trying to double input to slot 3 to use them, even though they're in slot 2 now. For anyone wondering what that white was, I pressed my skip split button because I forgot to split for Lorelei on my personal splits, and it does that because that's also the keybind to open or to load up a save state in the emulator I'm using, but it doesn't actually open the save state, so it's not like anything really happened. Okay, so there, because Onyx can do more damage than this Hitmonchan can, I'm actually gonna kill him first and then. X accuracy. Hitmonchan has the elemental punches and double team. I wouldn't die unless he critted, and even if he did, I would just revive. I am too. That was some good work you guys did. So now I have to Super Potion and Elixir, in that order. So here I X-speed, so I'm faster. Mega Drain is perfect. I haven't actually mentioned it really. But this Gengar has Substitute, which wastes a turn. Confuse Ray, which is awful. Lick, which can paralyze, and then Mega Drain, it just does some damage. She can also swap out because she has what's called Swap AI, which is actually optimal. But I will take Mega Drain for sure. Oh my God, what a fight! See, the swap there is great. So now I can Thunderbolt, so I don't have to worry about the mischance. That was very, very close to the best way that fight could have gone. No, it cannot. It can be close. With the Pikachu withdrawal and, like, the fact that I'm therefore going to lose 8 seconds in Hall of Fame, to what I'm comparing to, and that I'm only a minute and, like, 15 ahead. Won't be sub 2, but it will definitely be sub estimate. The unfortunate thing is because my full restores are at the bottom of my bag, so I have to scroll all the way down to use them. Okay, so this Gyarados is really scary. So Lance has good AI, so we'll always use super effective moves. Lance is one of the worst fights in the game. Like, Lance and Champion are some of the... basically the two worst fights in all of Pokemon speedrunning. And they're right next to each other, in yellow at least. So... his Gyarados, I have to use an X Special on, and it has good AI, so it'll always go for Hydro Pump, which does, like... well over 100. So I want it to miss. It's only 80% accurate. Unlucky. If he crits, I die. 49. This HP is actually really awkward. I'm probably dead to a Hyper Beam, so I have to do an alternate strat. So I could either X attack here on this Dragonair, or I could Blizzard and then X attack on the next one. The next one has like more annoying moves, but they do less damage. Because they're special instead of physical, and I have an X special up. Okay, that's good. Just don't freeze or crit. That's annoying. I have to full restore. Actually, this could be really bad. No, what do I do? Wait, that's actually so bad because I don't have a spare X speed. I think Aerodactyl outspeeds me. We'll see. We get there when we get there. Oh god, that probably kills. Okay. I might No, I don't outspeed Dragonite. Oh, this is so bad. God, do I just like... What's probably gonna happen is I'm just gonna die and revive. Because he has Blizzard and I think he outspeeds me. Yep. That's okay. We have revives. Where are they? I feel like I should outspeed now, though. Okay, good not miss. Wait, it's a range with no X special? That's shocking. Oh my god. So now I've died again. Wow, this is actually not a good situation. Thank you. So now I can kill him, and I still have one Blizzard left, which is what I need. But wow, remember when... Wait, no. Oh, wait, I forgot to... This is so cursed! At least we were ahead. Thank you, Pikachu. You served honorably. Wow, I'm actually shocked that doesn't kill. Because, like, it's 4 times super effective. Made a mistake with that Charmander. I should have just survived, but I wasn't really thinking it through. Wow, so that's not really how you want Lance to go. Like, I got really, really unlucky there. Like, I could have maybe gone for X attack on the Dragonair, but you don't expect to get freeze into Speedfall. And I couldn't just, like, use an X speed because I need the X speed for champion. Okay. So I'll explain how champ works in a little bit, if we manage to beat him. But, like, my win rate is only, like, 60%, which is really unfortunate. Okay. Okay, now crit. Please. Come on. Come on. Oh, let's go. That's a win. Okay. The run is guaranteed to finish now. Whew. Very good. So basically, on my special, that's a 74% range. Yes, Leech Seed. He has Hypnosis, and that can waste time. Let's go, dude. Okay, so on my special, that's a 74% range. After, he has a 6.5% chance to crit, and I could have missed. So first try champion is really, really lucky. Nice. Very nice. It is over. A has defeated A. Well, this is going to be like a very, very low 202. Or actually not very, very low, but it's like a mid 202. Which is solid. That is below estimate. Nice timer. Man, that run actually went very, very smoothly until that Lance fight. But I'm just glad that we finished. So we got the whole gang here. We're Hall of Famers. I like this music. Fiery boy. Nessie. Always so happy. Time has not been called. You are correct. I will call time when the time comes. Time. That is below estimate, Chief. Yeah. So, the reason that I called time there is because for this category, timing stops on the first white frame of the first fully white frame of the Hall of Fame sequence. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, well, consider the fact that that run was literally PB pace until, like, literally the Lorelei split. And my PB's a 158. I mean, the only really bad RNG I got was Lance. Other than that, it was pretty clean run. Execution wasn't the best, but it was decent. Decent. It was indeed decent. The ending music is really nice. Thanks for letting me do this, decent Speedies. Wait, that's not right. Okay, I don't even care. Okay. So, thanks for everyone for watching. Thanks for getting Pikachu back out of the box. That was really cool. Thanks for letting me do this. Thanks, decent Speedies, for having me. Thanks to everyone. Next, we're gonna have Gooby with Project M. It's gonna be a fun run. I recommend you stay and watch it. But I think that's basically it for me. Bye, everyone.